So next experiment, fourth experiment, interfacing LCD with Arduino board. So the experiment says generating of a random value similar to dice game and display the same using 16x2 LCD with Arduino board. So we are writing a program to display onto the LCD the dice game. So for that, aim is to interface and wire a program to generate a random value similar to a dice game simulation. Dice game simulation you are displaying on LCD using Arduino board. So the components required for this program are Arduino board, 16x2 LCD, push button switch, resistors and jumper wires. LCD, this already we have seen in theoretical part. So according to the lab, just LCD I am telling, liquid crystal display are used in embedded systems, applications for displaying various parameters like what is the status of the system. LCD 16x2 is a 16 pin device that has 2 rows, can accommodate 16 characters each, and LCD 16x2 can be used in 4-bit mode or 8-bit mode. It is also possible to create customized characters. It has 8 data lines and 3 control lines that can be used for control purposes. So LCD will look like this. These are the different pins in the LCD: VCC, VSS, VCC, VEE, RS, register select, register write, RW, and enabling disabling pin. These are all data pins, and you have last two pins are for LED. So this is the diagram where how you are going to connect LCD to the Arduino board. So ground you are going to connect to the ground, and the supply voltage like 5 volts you are going to connect VCC in the Arduino board. Next, third pin, contrast adjust, we are using this to VEE because what is the contrast, that means the light that you can see on the LCD. Next, selects command register when low, add a register value when it is high. So for that you are using register select pin, and then low to wire to the register you are using read or write. Here we are just writing whatever we are reading through the push button. When you press the push button, automatically some value will be generated, it will be read and write onto the LCD. Next, you will be having different data pins. So you will see in the connections when I am doing some of the data pins, that is first 4 data pins we are not using, and then others we are connecting. Next, this is for backlight, where you can see after all connections, if the connections are correct, the LCD will be on, that is backlight VCC and backlight ground. So these are pin connections. The program related to this is include liquid crystal.h. Liquid crystal.h is a library where you are, when you are using liquid LCD begin different methods, these methods comes under this library. That's why first we are including that library. And LCD crystal, LCD 12, 11, 5, 4, 3, 2, these are the main pins where you are trying to give the display. Next, enter random number. Why we are taking random number? Because our main aim of the experiment is when we are pressing the push button, some random number should be generated and it should be displayed onto the LCD. So for that you are taking the random number as some value or variable. Next, in void setup, LCD begin. So here begin means you are going to start on the LCD which is of 16x2, and random seed 7. So maximum 1 to 7 you can get on the dice. And pin mode, what is the input you are giving, that is 8th pin you are giving the input. That's why this 8th pin is the Arduino pin. Next, void loop, LCD set cursor 2, 0 on the LCD. After connections, if you see display, you are going to get the output like this. This dice value is 1. Again you press, you may get some other value like 3, like 4. So between the random numbers, in between 1 and 7 you are going to get the values. So in order to display this, where is the value you want to display on this? For that you are saying LCD set cursor 2, 0, LCD print dice value. So what are the value you are giving, row and column, in that particular space the dice value will be printed. Int dice roll is equal to digital write. So whenever you are pressing the push button, the pin 8 number is taking the value. If dice roll it is equal to 1, random number is equal to random of 1 comma 7, and then between this value where it should print based on the cursor which is been set, LCD dot set cursor 6 comma 1. So, 6th row first column, here you will be getting the value whether it is 1, 2, 3 like that, and then whatever you are getting you need to print onto the LCD. That is why LCD dot print random number, whatever you are collecting here the same number you are printing onto the LCD. So, finally you will be seeing the output like this on the LCD. After connections, you are connecting these connections Arduino board to the laptop and loading this program, then you will be getting the output like this. Fourth experiment, interfacing LCD with Arduino UNO. So, this is the LCD module where you have pins which are being connected. You have all the pins of LCD displayed here. So, whenever we are connecting, we will be starting from this pin. First two pins you are going to leave. Why we are leaving is ground pin that are been inbuilt which is been connected in this module. So, we are going to start connecting from the pin 3. So, pin 3 you are going to connect to the Arduino ground. Pin 3 of LCD you are going to connect to the ground of Arduino board, and next you have the voltage pin. So, that means this voltage pin you are going to connect to the 5 volts in the Arduino board. Next if you see here, this will be third pin, fourth pin, fifth pin. Fifth pin will be the contrast pin. So, in order to display the output onto the LCD, the light that appears, the brightness of the light can be given through this pin. So, that is the contrast pin. And next you have register select. Register select you are going to connect it to the Arduino board pin number 13. Okay, next you are having these two pins which is VCC and then ground. VCC of this LCD module to the VCC supply of Arduino board, ground of the LCD module to the ground. That is, here you have 3 grounds, you can use any of the ground. So, that is why we have shortened the ground here to here, so that you can use any of here. In Arduino board you have only 3 grounds. So, this experiment requires more connections of ground. That is why in module you have ground pins here, ground pin here. So, you are connecting a female to female wire to the ground of this module to the ground of this module itself, so that you can use these 3 ground pins to the module. And next you have a push button. So, based on this push button, when you are pressing the push button, we are writing a program to simulate a dice program with LCD. So, whatever we are going to get on this LCD is the dice number, either from we have seen in the program 1 comma 7, in between that any number you can get it randomly. So, how the number you will be getting randomly is based on the push button. So, push button is the input pin. Here you are going to give, you have 5 volts of this LCD module to the VCC pin, or Vin you can take off Arduino board, and then you have pin is 8th number. If you see in the sessions or in PPTs, this will be the 8th pin. So, as I said earlier, 8th pin is not compulsory. You can take any digital pin where you want to take it as the input. So, input here is whenever we are pressing the push button. So, randomly one number will be generated. What is the number that is read by the sensor? It will be displayed onto the LCD, either 1, 2, 3, 4 like that it will be displayed. So, these are the connections. Main connections of LCD are this, and then you are having data pins D0 to D8. Continuous data pins are there. Last 2 pins we have left. These 2 pins are for LED, and here data pins first 4 D0 to D4 we are leaving, and we are using D5 to D8. So, these pins to where we are going to connect again to the digital pin here. You can take 8, 9, 10, 11 or 9, 10, 11, 12, any number you can take, but it depends upon the program. In the program, whatever the number you are writing, to that pin number you are going to connect to the Arduino board. So, these are the data pins. Basically, this is the diagram. It is been shown in the PPTs, and you have a table where it will be explained which pin to connect which pin. So, here it is been already connected. After connection you will be having the figure like this, and after connecting you can connect the Arduino board to the laptop. The program you write, upload the program, compile it, and the output you will be seen on the LCD. So, So basically you should remember these pin, which one to connect to which pin of Arduino board.